Okay, Virgo, we're going to do your love reading for March 2022. It's too quick. Alright, so first I just want to remind y'all that to check your moon and your moon and rising as well, as this is basically this is for sun, moon, and rising. So make sure that if it doesn't resonate, make sure that you check your moon and rising as well. If you don't know what that is, you can Google it. They have calculators for finding out what your other signs are. Also check your Venus sign. And what I will do is this is be a very generalized reading in regards to like love, love and relationships. So this can actually tell you a lot about yourself, this particular deck, and then these two decks I'll be using for more romantic questions. So basically, also give me some feedback. Please comment, let me know if this resonates with you, if it's helpful, if you like this type of reading. Like, share, and subscribe. Also, my website address and all the information is in the About section on my YouTube page, as well as in the description box. Alright, so Virgo, what does Virgo need to know for love, March 2022? What are the messages for Virgo, love, March 2022? And what I'll basically do is I'll read the cards intuitively first, and then towards the end of the reading I will give you some added messages from the book. What are the messages for Virgo, March 2022? What are the messages for Virgo, March 2022? So two right out. You see it fly out, right? Believe and succeed. And I'm still working with the camera angles to see if which what is best as far as the cards. So I will show the cards to you so that you can still see them, so you know that I'm telling you right. Believe and succeed, that would be the first card. So you can pause the video if you need to look at that. Daydreams and decisions. So also Virgo, it's good to know that your opposite sign is Pisces. So you are prone to daydreams and decisions, especially if you're not grounded. Even though that your primary element is earth, you still have water, because earth and water they cannot exist without one another. For example, earth needs a place, or water needs earth so that it can flow. What other messages does Virgo need to know for March 2022 love? What other messages does Virgo need to know? Simply love. Okay. So basically, let's see what I get from this card. So it's 6. So 6 deals with mainly the material world. You might want to look that up more in numerology, but 6 can deal with more physicality, physical things. And so on this card, it's saying believe and succeed. So we have a lot of pink and a lot of purple, so this might be an indication of what your actual aura color is as well. I can see that, especially with your opposite sign being Pisces, more of the purple and more of the pink, because it's more of a loving, pink would be more of a loving energy, heart space, and the purple would be more of the crown, which Pisces and Virgo both are more connected to spirit in a lot of ways. It's basically also, it's got colors of white and then an indigo blue, so that could be, that maybe your third eyes or your inner eyes are open right now, that you're actually seeing things, and which would make sense because the purple, the pink, all those colors, when I'm seeing that, when I associate those colors, I see someone that is, to me, it shows that there's daydreams and a lot of, fantasy, things like that going on, and we are in the month of March, heading towards the end. The sun's about to move into Aries, but still very high vibrational energy, very much Pisces energy, so there is a lot of illusions, a lot of, dreams, daydreams, things like that. So what it looks like some type of, on this card, it's like a boat, and so the water would represent emotion. So there's like a a beam of basically white light that's kind of coming down from the heavens, but it's also got the pink and the purple around it, and then towards more of the water, it's more the indigo and the blue color. So that could be coming down and being, saying that you are receiving, could be saying you're receiving a lot of messages at this time. It's basically saying that you're connected, so believe and succeed. So it's giving you confirmation to whatever you're doing right now, whatever it is that's on your mind. It's basically showing you the power of belief. So it's imperative that you believe in yourself and what you're doing. Otherwise, because we don't realize that, a lot of us don't realize that we're creators, that we're creating every moment, every experience, and everything that happens in your day-to-day life, from every decision you make, from every thought that, that is conjured, it's all some form of creation. So think about that, be very careful with your words, your thoughts, your actions, because all that will manifest into solidarity eventually. And it could be saying, some of you with the boat and things like, hey, it could be saying that when, for you that actually do go to the lake or go to the ocean or live around the ocean, it could be saying that, you get a lot of information, like when you're on a boat, or when you're out, amongst the sea, or when you go to the beach, you feel very much connected. It could be saying that as well. So daydreams and decisions. So basically it's showing like someone with kind of like a hooded cloak over top of them, and it's number 7. So if you see, that's in the sequence. Actually, you got 2 6s here. So it seems like you're, and it makes sense because 6 being a physical number, and then Virgo being an earth sign, the earth element. 6 would make more sense because it is, it just seems like that. It could also be saying that you are, that if you believe in yourself, you can ground these into the physical. You can bring them into the physical easier because you have the earth element supporting you. So this one has a lot of green, and has like a band over top of their, over their head, and it's making like a mudra. So that could also be telling you that you might want to practice mudras. If you wonder what that is, you can look those up. But it's it's symbolism. It's an ancient art. This would be a mudra. Let's see. I'm trying to think of. These are mudras. But what you're doing is your hands, your entire body is connected to the cosmos. So when you make mudras and symbols and shapes like that, like even when you throw up the peace sign, you are activating certain parts of yourself. And just like with each finger, basically represents an element. So, for example, just making this symbol like they do in like traditional, meditation, you're actually balancing an element. I can't tell you right now without looking at a chart because this is something that I've studied very little of. But I can tell you that it works because what it does, it activates different areas of your body, and that's what I say. Like you have, I can't remember which one is a water element, but each one is an element. So it's earth, water, air, fire, and spirit. So when you connect it with your thumb, you're automatically balancing that element, but you want to do it for a longer period of time. So again, I'll show you that card so you can kind of see an example of what I'm talking about. And it could be saying that you need to practice those mudras, but it's also saying that maybe, I don't know which particular mudra that is, but the colors is white and green, so it's basically saying it has everything to do with your heart. So maybe it has something to do with like the heart of the ocean. When you feel like that you're out in the ocean or out on a boat, that's where your heart is at. That's where you feel the most love. Maybe you had an experience on a boat where you shared love with someone else, or it's just stuff that you love to do. It's just something to think about. It's also got hints of blue in there again, just like this one does. So it's all about water, emotion, the throat, the third eye. So daydreams and decisions, that's going to be your inner eye. When you daydream, you're going to be visualizing. And being that this is a love reading in regards to this is more about yourself in regards to how I'm reading these particular cards at the moment. But it's still love. It has everything to do with love. So that's why the love, the information I'm getting is more on the love front. So this one's 6-2, and this represents basically, a father. So this represents masculinity and a son. So this may be somebody in your environment. This could be, the connection that you have with your dad. Perhaps your dad is a fisherman, or you're remembering, or you're having daydreams and memories of going out on a boat with your dad. And this is some of your most lovable memories. But that's kind of what that card looks like again, so you can see it. So, but it shows like a son too. So maybe it was more like, you could have been a tomboy. For the female Virgos out there, that you had this connection. You and your dad possibly went fishing, and so this is just memories that you're having at this time, or and for the men Pisces, I mean, this might have been something you did with your father, and so this is something you still might do. It could just be memories of that, or you're just you're being shown that, so it's something you need to do again. And for the ones that have a son or a daughter, it might be saying that, but it's basically the card is saying simply love. So it's showing a sun that represents your willpower. The yellow color is willpower. It's the solar plexus. So it also has to do with emotions as well. There's gold in the card, so that could represent, again, like I was telling you, the masculinity, the male. Like platinum, silver, all those types of colors, those are all feminine. So you would see those in feminine cards. That represents like the creative centers of the brain. Actually, when you're taking certain metals and things like that, like for example, if you're using colloidal silver, that actually helps heal the feminine aspect of yourself. So a lot of times, if you have disease that is affecting that part of the body, then colloidal silver you would take that, and that's what it's taken care of on the soul level, or on the feminine side, the receptive side. Or let's see, feminine is the receptive side. So basically, when you contract a disease or whatever kind of forms in your body, a lot of times you could say that you are receptive, or you're open to that frequency of that disease. So you'll pick those diseases up. And Virgos are a lot of times they're all about washing their hands, being clean. Kind of, some of you can be germaphobes, so it might be telling you something in regards to that. But there's green. It's all about love. It has, the guys wearing a headband, so that could be another representation that shows silver. So it could be saying that, your feminine side is where your spiritual abilities are. That's your inner self. So whenever you receive information from spirit, that's the perceptive side. That is, normally that's the left side, depending on how you look at it. Some people will say that's the right side, but that's creative centers. And anything that comes to you creatively is coming from spirit. Ideas, whatever. So it's coming from God. So a lot of gold, a lot of masculinity. So it could just be saying, that it could be saying that your dad was a very feminine, had more of the feminine element, was very psychic. But I can tell you that, I know it's going to resonate with some, because I'm getting that message for someone. But again, take whatever fits, take whatever resonates. Don't try to make it fit, because, I'm doing a reading based on the Virgo collective, so there's a lot of Virgos out there. That's why I say check your it's for moon, sun, moon, and rising, but make sure you look up your other signs in your chart, and check those out as well to see what resonates. You might get more information that way. So with those three cards, pretty sure you can see them anyway. What I do is, before I do that, I'll read these cards to give you more of an idea. So violet, of course, is spirit borders, which is what I said. So believe and succeed. So it also tells me that spirit is telling you to believe and succeed, that you've got what it takes. It's basically spirit has your back. 147. I do read a lot differently than other people on YouTube. A lot of people do traditional tarot. This is more like an oracle tarot deck. It has a little bit of both in it. So confidence, achievement, inspiration, and recognition. So inspiration. So what does it mean to be inspired? It means to be in spirit. So whenever you have inspiration, or you get inspired by something, that is spirit working through you. That is, that's basically, giving you the green light, telling you, to go for it. It says faith is powerful and can bring about amazing results. It is important at this time to believe it yourself, and then your aspirations regarding love. You see what I mean? It's all about faith, spirit. So it was exactly what I was telling you about the card. That's what it represents. It's basically saying, think, and what I mean is polarity. Feminine is receptive. The masculine energy represents action oriented. Like if people wear a lot of gold, a lot of those people will be influenced by the gold. They'll be very action oriented. They'll be go-getters. As people that wear a lot of silver are more receptive, more intuitive, more psychic. Ice King. Wise man, coolness, detachment, educated man, teacher, professor, authority figure. That's somebody's dad, I'm telling you. It's either one that's still in your life, one that's crossed over but still with you, but you're being heavily influenced by that. If you have pulled this card today, it means something is asking you to seek the advice of a mature man or father figure. You may have a crush on an older man. You may have a relationship with an older man who is sharing with you his life experience and wisdom. So it could be me actually in this reading, giving you this information like a sage or an advice giver. So think in terms of that one. And then the young male. So I opened the page right to it. Youthful male, immature man, sports car, driving, sporting activities, dynamic energy, university studies, under 25 years old. So I'm also getting that it's some of you Virgos that are in college, and your dad has been cool with you. He understands the college experience, but he's also learned. He's also done it. He's been wild in his life, and he's actually, more grounded now. And he's been giving you advice and things like that. So, and vice versa, it could be some. The cross watchers that watch this, like Pisces, if you're watching at all, or Pisces happen to stumble upon this reading, it could be that you're a Pisces, but you exhibit more of the Virgo energy, and you could be the one that's. You could have a dad that's, kind of looks just like that, in a way, or represents that symbolism. And you could have a sports car, and he's telling you to slow down, and giving you advice for college and your future, and trying to explain to you that it's not all about that. So it's whatever resonates. Don't make you fit. There's a lot of Virgos, like I said, out there that are watching this, and if you really want to get more accuracy, like I said, you need to book a personal reading with me, which you can do that with on my website. All that information is listed in the description box. I've already said it in the beginning of the reading, but most people don't always, start from the front, the first part of it, or they don't make it to the end, so I'm saying it again. But that's pretty much all I have for you, Virgo, for March 2022 love. I hope it was helpful. Please comment. Let me know what's going on. Let me know what you'd like to see more of, what resonates with you. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of March, and good luck with everything. Thank you, and have a good night.